What's going on, Paisanos? V here. Come at you guys, well, with another market wash today. Before I begin, I just want to say we are the third best duelists in the United States. If you guys don't know, I've been playing a lot of remote duel locals, playing mostly Shadow Invoke, that's my baby, no Dogmatika, and I've been playing on Twitch TV, YGOPaisano, links will be down below. We are number 3. The other first 2 are Duel Links players, so technically we are the first physical Yu-Gi-Oh player in the United States for Yu-Gi-Oh, mostly remote duels, and it's been amazing. Hopefully, maybe we see Konami do more with this. Hopefully, maybe some more price support, Konami. I'll take a field center. I think a lot of people will, who are amongst the top 100 duelists right now in current ranking. Congrats to everybody else, obviously, who are in the top ranking. I mean, it's just an honor to be able to physically play Yu-Gi-Oh during these crazy times we're in right now. One of my favorite things that someone said yesterday when I posted this in the community tab in the YouTube channel was, I'm a third-ranked duelist with the first-rate deck. That's because Shadow Invoked this deck. Like I said, if you guys had the opportunity to see the videos on this channel or go on Twitch and watch how the deck works, it is absolutely insane. No Dogmatika needed in order to be the most dominant player in the game. Yeah, there's 2 other ones, but they play like Duel Links. Come on, let's be honest. Alright, then we have the Imperium Armored deck box. This is the Fire Limited Edition. These things sell out so fast. Imperium Duels was kind enough to send me one, and it looks beautiful. I mean, it absolutely looks stunning. You got the red with the yellow inside. It's clean. Like I said, everybody, these are limited edition. They're not going to last long. I would definitely recommend you guys pick them up before they're sold out. Probably by the time you watch this video, it is a good chance it might be sold out. And if you want to go ahead and grab yours, use promo code Paisano10. Comment question of the day. If you have one of these gorgeous deck boxes, what deck would you put in it? I mean, there's a lot of answers to that question, and I would love to hear what you guys have to say about that. Personally speaking, and this deck box makes me want to play one deck and only one deck. And that deck is Infernoble. In fact, not only is that deck Infernoble, looking at the prices of Infernoble, they haven't really changed. If not, they've only increased. I mean, look at Infernoble Knight Renard. This card with a $14 market price is almost near $15. And some of you might go, what? Okay, V, that's kind of cool. No, no, no. This card price has really not changed. Despite the fact that Infernobles have taken a hit in the ban list, they're still a really good deck. And they could do a lot of plays. I mean, a lot of plays. If you're looking to get your hands on like a collector's version of the Immortal Phoenix Gearfried with a $52 market price, yeah, you can't get that anymore. The price point for Unlimited right now is roughly around $66. And if you want a first edition version of Gearfried, no big deal, you're going to be paying at least $89 to $90 for one copy. By the way, at that one I sold, the price point for Gearfried is $100 a copy for this card. Once again, I think we're so focused on all these other combo decks, we figured that Infernobles have never left. And not only have they never left, they've adapted to the meta. They still have crazy broken cards like Immortal Phoenix Gearfried, and they will continue to dominate. And if you don't know what Infernobles do, you're just going to lose to them. It's one of those things where if you don't respect my deck, you just give me the free win. So if you guys are out there and you're debating on playing Infernobles, definitely try them out. It's a really good deck. I feel like a lot of players are kind of pushing this deck to the side, but this deck right here can put a multi-negate board on. You can play Plas Nibiru relatively easily, and can play a card like Immortal Phoenix Gearfried, which by itself is a really broken card. So let me know in the comments down below if you had this Imperium Duels deck box. What deck would you put in it? Why? When? Let me know. Then we have Ancient Guardians. Now, I asked the question of the day, is Ancient Guardians good? Not the collector's rares, just the cards in it. And I got kind of a mixed reaction from you guys. Some guys said Reptiles might be pretty good. Some people say, hey, listen, the Soul for Cord cards are pretty nice. I kind of like them. For the most part, though, everyone just didn't care about Ancient Guardians, though. People were more focused on the collector's rares. And here's another thing I want to ask you. What color's rares do you think is the best? The answer actually might shock you. Even though I kind of want to get my hands on Dynamaster Prankertops, in fact, I kind of need it for my Max Ready Shadow Invoke deck, that's not the best card as a collector's rares in Ancient Guardians. It's not Skullmeister. Yeah, don't get me wrong, it's a hand trap, but the hand trap that sporadically comes in the meta and out of the meta. It rarely comes in the meta as it is. So the best card is actually Traded. This collector's rare right now is a little bit overpriced, as all the collector's rares are overpriced right now in the market. But Traded is a draw card. Any draw card at a high rarity in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Has historically been an insanely expensive card. Normally it's usually cards that are a little bit ultra rare and higher, but for the most part, extremely expensive. And Traded is no different. This collector's rares at the Ancient Guardians will be the money card of the set don't get it twisted. Some people are gonna go, no, V, Pringatops, everyone uses Pringatops. Sure, everyone uses one Pringatops. Some people don't even play the card. But you know what everyone wants to get? Trading. Why? Well, because trading is a generic draw card. You just pitch a level 8, draw 2 cards. And yeah, it's generic to the point of for level 8, but in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh!, this card has seen play so many times, it's insane to think that it will not see play moving forward. Trading's definitely a great card. I definitely recommend if you can get any color rare. Any color rares at all, don't make it be Pegatops. Don't make it be Skullmeister. Make it be trading. It will definitely pay 10 forward. Now, do you buy color rares this weekend? No. No. I mean, if you guys were watching the channel for a while, you already know I said don't buy collector's rares. Maybe some of you are relatively new to the channel. By the way, hi, how's it going? If you're debating on subscribing, hit the subscribe button. The reason why you do not buy the collector's rares right now, especially this weekend, because they are overpriced. Everyone's going to be opening Ancient Guardians, everyone's going to be sorting, and more than likely selling Ancient Guardians. Anyone who pulls one Pringatops, and the second, third, fourth, fifth Pringatops after that is all going on the market. You don't think one person's doing that? Everyone's doing that. They want one for themselves and the rest for the market to make that money. $144 for a limited card? Yeah, it's going down in value. Let's not get it twisted. The question is where it's going to stabilize. That's a great question. I said 70, and I do stick by that. I think it will stabilize by the $70 price point. Will it hold there for long? We'll talk about that in a second. Looking at trading, though, that card, I think that card, I don't know. It might go down because people don't have faith in it. I maybe. But that's the money card of the set. Like, out of this entire set, that's like the best card in the set. If you want to know why I think that Pringatops might not go down and stabilize at 70 for long, but it will go down to 70, is because we've seen it already. When Nightmare Phoenix and Nightmare Unicorn, other one-of cards, that's definitely Phoenix, it went down, and in the case of Phoenix specifically, it's still relatively down. Phoenix is still undervalued. The card's currently with a $74 market price, and you're seeing here at $72. That is criminally undervalued. Looking at Nightmare Unicorn, it's another card. That card was down near where Phoenix was, and Nightmare Unicorn right now in the market with an $82 market price is roughly around $86. $86. By the way, after that one sold at $85, it's roughly around near $90 for a Nightmare Unicorn. Once again, that's why I think where we're gonna see with Pringatops, it'll go to 70. It might stabilize for a short period, and then start popping back up, and we don't know where it's gonna go. I think it'll continue to slowly creep up as we see a diminishing supply in the market as we pull away from Ancient Guardians. Looking at Skullmeister, I think it'll hold good value for a while, not see meta play, and slowly shrink in on itself. And trading, I don't know what's gonna happen with trading. I don't know if the market's gonna realize that draw cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Are just money cards. I'll be honest. Me personally, that's the one I'm looking for. Don't get me wrong. Looking at the rest of Ancient Guardians, I hope we see some play for some of these cards. Maybe Reptiles do something. Maybe the Soulful card does something. I really don't know. And I hope we see something from this set, because if we don't, Konami, from now on, just don't even sell us these cards in the packs. Just sell us Collector's Rares. Just sell it to us in one pack. You buy Collector's Rare. Just do it already. Rip the band-aid off, Konami. Up next, guys, we also have Nadir Servant. As the right said, Duelist card with an $89 market price is roughly still around near $90. So here's the question: do you hold yours? I'll tell you right now, I had the whole core of the Dogmatika, and I got rid of them. Why? Because Rise of the Duelist is going to get reprinted. We know this already. We know the Dogmatika core is a great core that definitely a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Players are really interested in. So we know it's going to get reprinted. It's inevitable. Once it gets reprinted, who knows? Now, I personally think it will happen in the Megatins. That's going to be in September. We're a long ways away. I get it. But I do think it's inevitable that we will see reprints of all the Dogmatika stuff within this year. Guaranteed. With that said, if you're looking to play Shadow Invoke, Dogmatika, why don't you try my Shadow Invoke list? Like I said, third ranked duelist. Does that count for anything? Or watch me on when I play on Twitch TV. Like, the deck does not need Dogmatika. The deck is actually better without Dogmatika. And the minute you realize that, the minute you start realizing the fact that Shadow Invoked right now is a board breaker. I mean, literally, it's a board breaker deck. Whatever board your opponent puts up, you're gonna break it. The only question is how good can your opponent recover versus like against the eyes of a window, or maybe like a Mechaba, or other cards like that. So that's why I think you don't need it. The card's very expensive, it's overpriced, and I do think the value of cards like Nadir Servant and Dogmatika package will ultimately go down with the inevitable reprints that we're going to be seeing. Then we have Teardrop the Rika Queen. This card with a $21 market price is roughly around $19. Yeah, I don't know why this is worth money at all. I do know I kept one. I saw my other playset, and what are you doing with that? Have you sold yours already? If you haven't sold yours, I think in this situation you always keep one, and you just sell the rest. Let me know what you guys think about that. But yeah, that's what I did with mine. Then we have, well, Chaos Impact. And the reason I like this so much is because Chaos Impact, realistically, is IP Masquerena and Friends. Don't get me wrong. Started Secret Rare is roughly around $15. You have cards like Striker Dragon, which are around $7. IP Masquerena Ultra Rares, which are around $12. I mean, it's good value in this set, right? No. But looking at IP Masquerena, Starlight Rare, we talked about the other day with a $757 market price. The value, well, the value is roughly around $1,100. This card surpassed its first Stimmy Check hype value, and it's not calming down. IP Masquerena is going to get harder and harder as time goes on. It's a waifu, but more importantly, this is more like the Black Rose Dragon of Ghost Rares. Appaloosa is definitely Stardust Dragon of Ghost Rares. In fact, I think Appaloosa, if I'm not mistaken, price-wise, has surpassed the first version of Stardust Dragon, and IP Masquerena definitely is our version of Black Rose Dragon for Link's first Starlight Rares. Why is that important? Because this will always have value. It'll have value because it's a waifu. It'll have value because this card does have meta relevance currently, but it'll mostly ultimately have value because this card was insanely hard to get. This is a great card, and if you held on to yours like I held on to mine, you're going to get good value. Now, if you say, V, I don't have this, how can I get it? No big deal. Find a guy with IP Masquerena Starlight Rare, and get it back out your car, and actually wants to play a game of baseball. Or give you an IP. I'm joking. I really don't know. It's $1,100. It's a lot of money for this card, and it doesn't like the market's not gonna. Here's the thing about people that say the market, we're in a bubble, whatever. There's no way you're gonna force every Yu-Gi-Oh player holding a Starlight Rare IP Masquerena to throw it on the market. Maybe if we enter a Great Depression like in the 1920s, maybe, I guess. That might do it. Yeah, that'll probably do it. But then again, at that point, Yu-Gi-Oh will probably be a dead game if that was to be the situation. World War III, that's, hey, people gonna be fighting in the war. You don't need a solid IP Masquerena. That could happen. Aliens attacking. I mean, if aliens attack, man, you won't be able to list it, but, you know, no one's gonna be able to want to buy it at that point, right? Other than that, this card is gonna be a lot of money. I don't know if I have to emphasize that enough. Once again, people think we're in a bubble for some ungodly reason. I still keep hearing it. And I just go like, what are you talking about? We're not in a bubble. The market is only getting crazier. It's only increasing. And we are only seeing prices go higher. Is there a cooldown period at times? Sure. The market can't always go high. Right? No, it can't. No, it can't. There are times, whatever, it can't. But we're like a roller coaster that just keeps going higher. With little dips, but still we keep spiking. And that's the Yu-Gi-Oh market in a nutshell. Will it ever calm down? Will it ever see a stabilization period? Good question. I don't know. Up next, we have Skytraker. Well, Skytrakers in general. And I think it's a time we start talking about, besides the fact that extra Skytraker monsters are hitting some dumb numbers. Hayate's now 48, Shizuku's 144, Kagari's 215. We talked about that the other day. Besides the fact that Strikers are just a ton of money, it's a time to talk about whether or not to buy Skytraker Mobilize Engage. The card's currently banned right now. Don't get me wrong, I think it should stay banned. I know you guys Striker players going, well, let's negotiate. No, this card's broken. But at the same token, I'll be honest, if it ever did come up the bans, I wouldn't be surprised. In fact, I'm not so surprised to the fact that I bought my playset of Secret Rare Skytraker Engages already. Because that's how I think it's going to happen. I don't know when, but I do think it'll happen. And if you look at Engage right now, even the original print Secret Rare out of Dark Saviors, with a $7 market price, Unlimited's being roughly around $7. And if you want a first version of the card, you're going to probably be able to grab this bad boy at, let's see. Look at the market cleaning it up. See, it's $18. $18. Don't get it wrong. When this card first came out, I think it was like 60. It will hit that again. Banned or not banned. Striker players don't care about the market. They're like, Strikers are a new deck, and they already have like the hero level mentality of, yeah, I don't care about anything. This is going to be money, and that's the end of it. Like, that's how it works for Striker players. Battle's Legend Heroes Revenge version of the card with a $7 market price is roughly around $7 still. For now. This will get bought out as well. Don't get it twisted. And then if you want to get the lowest rarity of Engage, no big deal. You got the Ultra Rare coming out of 2019 Megatins. That's about $3 for a banned card. Once again, Skystrikers in general are going to go up higher in value. You can say whatever you want to say about it, kicking and screaming, it will go up higher in value. And I do think what we're going to see moving forward is more and more players go ahead and buy these cards out, and they're going to get cleaned out. Every now and then you'll see a sporadic sprinkle of someone unloading their Skystriker core because there's a lot of money, and they want to obviously do things with that money. That's not just holding Skystrikers in a deck box, looking every now and then and going, hey, That might happen, but ultimately, this entire core is going to be worth a ridiculous amount of money. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. Once we're done with the ultis, we're going to go ahead and talk about the prismatic secret rares, because they'll get bought out. Like, it's going to happen. The best thing to do is make peace with it and understand it, and if you want strikers, you might want to get it now, for like Engage's case, but for the other striker cards, like the prismatic, which is currently still low, keep an eye on it. No matter how many times they reprint Ash Blossom Joy Spring, Konami doesn't get it. You just don't get it, old man. We gotta teach it to you. How many printings we have? We have 3, 6, 7, 8 printings of Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, and the lowest version, which is the common version, is roughly around $20. Same as the gold, by the way. Just something I want to point out. Okay, about $20 for Ash Blossom and Joy Spring. You just don't get it, Konami. You just don't get it. We don't care if it's in a structure deck. We don't care if it's in whatever set. We like the card. The crazy thing about Ash Blossom Joy Spring is, I feel like if Konami, if you're watching, the best way to kill the value of this card is get a subcore set, make it a common, and mass that bad boy in the subcore set. And then the value of Ash will plummet. Well, mostly. I think the Ultra Rare might have value. The Super Rare may have a couple of bucks value. The Secret Rare will still be worth a ridiculous amount of money. But the rest of Ash Blossom Joy Spring, if it was in a subcore set as a very easy to pull common, would tank immediately. Common version of Ash Blossom Joy Spring, so roughly around $20, would be no more than $1, if that, after everything has stabilized. And I do think that's the way to kill the value of Ash Blossom Joy Spring. A great way to put push a subcore set, like let's see, Ancient Guardians. That would do it. That will do it, Konami. And in general, a great way for Yu-Gi-Oh players to kind of get their hands on this card, because there's still a good amount of Yu-Gi-Oh players that are not going to pay $60 for a playset at Ash Blossom Joy Spring. And do you blame them? I don't. Hopefully we see that happen in the near future, as well as making an Ultimate Rare printing. Now, some of you guys might go, V, an Ultimate Rare printing would be the spice. Don't get me wrong. Yes, I would love that. You would love that. We love that together. Let's go. The problem is, with the Ultimate Rare Ash Blossom Joy Spring, these other values might go down a little bit, but not to the point where you can easily get them. And that is still the problem. Had Ash Blossom Joy Spring get Ultimate Rare printing, it doesn't mean the common's going to go down to $1. It doesn't work that way. What would happen was, we would need an Ultimate Rare Ash Blossom Joy Spring in order to have a ceiling on the value, which is really no ceiling. The Secret Rare keeps going up constantly, by the way. I'll point that out in a second. And a common in an OTS pack in order to have the floor. We need a ceiling and a floor in order to stabilize the price point of the crazy price point that Ash Blossom Joy Spring is currently at. Unlimited versions, well, there's one over here for 50, and then after that it's 68 for the unlimited versions, by the way. And if you want to get a first edition version, that starts roughly around $87 a copy. This card at its crazy peak was roughly around, I think, 110, stabilized around 90. It's currently at the stabilization price it was at after it was the only version of the card to get in the game. I think it's time we have a real reprinting as an easy to get common, and I would love to see an Ultimate Rare. Once again, we need a ceiling, and we need a ceiling, we need the floor, and we need that now for this card. Supreme King Dragon Dark Realm is slowly going up in price. I always sporadically talk about it, but it's really important because the card with a $10 market price actually is roughly around $11, almost there $12. By the way, it quickly goes to $13 for this card. Each copy. Now, the thing about Supreme King Dragon Dark Realm, there's obviously a bunch of other printings, but if you got the highest rated printing, that's what you're paying for this card. And you might go, V, pendulums aren't doing nothing. Sure, but you just talked about pendulums like they were a deck core. They're not a deck core. Pendulums are a game mechanic, and a game mechanic will always get support. It's inevitable. We see it with fusions, we see it with exceeds, we see it with synchros. You don't think it's gonna happen with pendulums? You're insane. It's gonna happen. The only question is, will Dark Realm see play? And if it does see play, it's going to be worth way more than $13. Pendulums are already starting to see some crazy high value in their own market, respectively. Nirvala High Paladin, with a near $10 market price, is actually roughly around $13 or $14. And this card's still not done moving up in value. What does this card do? I don't know. Is it in front of my face? Yeah, it is. I'm not reading it. Why do I need to read this card? Don't get me wrong. It looks nice. It was a box art card. It's never seen play in pendulums. Realistically, there's a guy at Locals, I guarantee someone's going to say, my guy at Locals plays the card. Yeah, he's also 04, round 2. Like, stop. But most players are just at the level where, like, they're the pendulum players specifically. They're like, you know what? We're going to start buying pendulum cards. And I've done it myself. I own a ton of pendulum cards, threw them to the side, literally as many as I can get my hands on, playsets of, max rarity, and I just forgot about them. Because it's inevitable that they will be seeing play again. So keep an eye on this card. Not really this card, but, like, you know, Supreme King Dragon Dark World. Alert Darkness is almost the same situation as Astral from Joy Spring, except it has hit its ceiling. It has hit the floor, I'm saying. The floor price for Alert Darkness right now is roughly around $3. And if you say, V, that's not good. No. That's actually really good. This card for a long time, I think, had a bunch of other comments that were around $6 to $7 in price point. With so many printings of Alert Darkness, the floor being 3 is actually a good price point. This is a phenomenal card. The ceiling obviously being the ultimate rare. Once again, Konami, this is a good example of floor and ceiling. And I think you need to start doing this with all your cards. Alert is a great example of a card that has a bunch of rarities, a bunch of versions, one being the easy to get common version, multiple copies by the way, and the highest being the ultimate rare version. Even though it's in core set and not ultimate rare, it should be ultimate rare in the OTS set. It's ultimate rare in core set, it still is the ceiling. I kind of like that, and I really wish Konami did that with Ash Blossom and Joy Spring. It's going to happen inevitably, but I wanted it to happen today because those prices are insane. World Legacy Succession now Flames of Destruction with a $6 market price. Unlimited versions are $8. Version versions of the cards also roughly around $8. The market price is like $6. I don't know why this is value. Maybe Mech Knights. Mech Knights market has been absolutely crazy the past month, 2 months. And I want to get my hands on Mech Knights, but I don't want to pay like the crazy buyout prices, so I'm kind of waiting. But looking at World Legacy Succession, it's definitely a card that is showing some value. And then this is only for the Ultra Rare, by the way. It doesn't have, yeah, it has a Prismatic Secret Rare. That starts at $8 as well. Then we have Victoria out of Stardust Overdrive. Old card, it's Secret Rare, hard to get. Watch this. $19 market price. The unlimited versions are $13. Keep an eye on those. They will get bought out. And then we want a first edition Victoria. It's roughly around $100 for a first edition version of Victoria. What does this card do? Once per turn, you select and special summon one dragon monster from your opponent's graveyard. Your opponent cannot select another face of fairy type monster as an attack target. Is it big? Is it a big deal? No. But it's an old card that's hard to get, and this is the highest rarity version of the card. By the way, if you want another version of Victoria, no big deal. There's tons of them. But the original version is the one that has money. By the way, with a first edition version that's $100, the unlimited being roughly around, what, $13? Almost $14? The unlimited versions are the ones nobody's looking at right now, and these are the ones you should be picking up right now because nobody's looking at these. These will spike, these will stabilize within the market, and these will obviously be worth way more than $13 or $14 in the future. So, I feel like a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players are starting to buy up scrap cards. You got Chimera being 16, Scrapyard being 16. You know, and listen, I know everyone's excited about the new scrap card. These are hot sales. I love scraps. It's one of my favorite decks. In the Debris format, Debris plan format, 2011 format, I played scraps because I couldn't afford those other decks that were a ton of money. And scraps were my baby. With that said, I'm not dumb enough to hold crazy high value scrap cards right now because they are overpriced. Yes, Scrap Chimera, I believe, is only printing Duelist Revolution. It is. And then when you look at Scrapyard, it's also only printing a Duelist Revolution. I get that. But these are really high in value, and these will tank. Sell now, buy later. Unless you're looking to play them in a future deck. If you are, what deck? Also, Ultimate Rare Scrapdragon at Duelist Revolution with a $25 market price. Let you play unlimited. It's roughly around $45. First edition version, no big deal. We got one over here for $72. And after that, it's $90 a copy for Ultimate Rare Scrapdragon. I'll tell you a story after we talk about the fact about OTS packs about Scrapdragon. OTS 1 Pack 15 is something that everyone you can start getting. If you play the remote duels, you're more than likely to have a shipment of OTS packs coming your way. And of course, you're going to say, V, I don't want Armored Dragon level 10. I don't want Dark Requiem. Trust me, I have, I think, 2 Dark Requiems, 1 level 10, and I don't like them. I hate these cards so much. It's annoying because, like, I got those, and I had to buy Needle Fiber because I just couldn't get it. Looking at Needle Fiber right now, the price point's not that bad. It's roughly around $76 for a Needle Fiber. Not bad at all, to be honest with you. The price point's about to go down, obviously, with everybody getting OTS packs. And Armored Dragon and Requiem, do you sell them? They're so low. Like, is it worth even selling at this point? Or do you hold it and hope it goes up in value and sell it later? That's what I'm doing right now. I'm holding 2 of my Dark Requiems and my dumb Armored Dragon level 10. I'm just going to wait and sell them later on. Like, whatever. Dogmatika Punishment is roughly around $7. And here's the weird thing about this. I think you hold this card. And the reason why is, like I said in the beginning of this video, people are going to be getting Dogmatika at a cheaper price point, and they're still going to want to buy the super rare version of Punishment, which means this has a potential chance of going up. The problem with that is everyone's getting more OTS packs, which is going to push the price point down. So do you sell? Do you hold? You're gambling, basically, with this card. And I'm going to gamble that this will go up, and that's why I'm holding. I think I have 4 Punishments. I'm just going to hold them. We have other great cards out of OTS 20 Pack 15. If you're looking to play Shadows, you have Shadow Dragon, Verzu, Borbo, Dragon Link, Noctivision. And the cool thing about this is OTS 15 is probably the first, and I haven't acknowledged this, but the OTS 15 is probably the first OTS we had in a long while that's kind of stabilized with the current meta. Previous OTS packs had random cards that got banned soon afterwards. Kind of sucked. And looking at OTS 1 pack 15, at least we have Shadow Dragon, Dogmatika, Noctification Dragon, Borbo. I mean, it's cool to see a Barricade Board Blocker. Like, there's a good amount of OTS pack cards here. And I'm kind of excited to see the fact that they're actually meta relevant. Unlike the previous OTS packs, in which barely the ultimate rares were meta relevant, the rest of the stuff wasn't. It was kind of ridiculous. Looking at Crystal Needle Fiber though, if you pull this, you hold 1, maybe you hold 2, and you sell the rest. That's basically the way you do it. Okay. People probably heard the story already, but I love telling the story because it makes me very happy because it's hilarious. During Nationals, the one in Texas, was it 2019 or 17? The years blurred together at this point. During Nationals, I was outside getting some fresh air after, during Nationals. I think I dropped at that time, and a buddy came to me, and he's like, hey, man, why don't we do a buyout right now? And I go, be quiet. And he goes, we buy out Scrap Dragon, Ultimate Rare. And immediately I was like, how much is it? He goes, it's like $6. I go, yeah, let's go do that. So, I'm not sure if you've ever been to Nationals, but Nationals, there's a ton of vendors. They're all hanging around. They have tons of cards, and money is getting thrown back and forth, left or right. We walk in, I go, you get the right side, I get the left side of the vendors. We cleaned out every single vendor of Ultimate Rare Scrap Dragons, buying Unlimiteds, buying First Edition. I think Unlimited was 6, First Edition were 8s. One vendor sold me a first for 10, and I said, I'll take it. I went to the last vendor, and I said, how many Ultimate Rare Scrap Dragons do you have? He goes, I got to check. No problem. He checks, and he goes, we have 3 Ultimate Rare First Edition Scrap Dragons. I go, great, I'll take them all. And he just gives me a weird look. He's like, what? I go, yeah, I'll take them all. Let me know if you have any more. If you have any more, he's like, we have some more. You have any more in your store? Bring them to me. I'll buy them out. I don't care how many you have. I will clear you out of Scrap Dragons. 10, 20, I don't care. This is well worth my investment. I am totally devoted to doing this. Bring me as many as you can, and I will clean the market on your Scrap Dragons. So he goes, why? I go, just like the card. What? Just like the card. Just give me the card. With vendors, it's a funny thing. You don't want to say, I'm looking to invest in a card. You really never want to say it. You just want to say, I like the card. That's my way of doing it, because he might think I'm a dumbass. He might think, mentally challenged. I don't care, though. He might think I'm an idiot, and that's fine. I'm buying your Scrap Dragons. I have money. You have cards to sell. You are a vendor. I am a buyer. This is the transaction we're doing. So he goes, hold on. He looks at his phone. He can't see nothing on the website. Something like the website for the prices. He looks on Facebook, can't see nothing. He looks on any kind of, I guess he looked on a blog, I believe, can't see nothing. Confused. He started going around to other vendors that nearby, and he goes, what's going on with Scrap Dragon? Couldn't figure it out. Just couldn't figure it out. I'm sitting there going, hey, come on. Are you selling? Are you a vendor or not? Like, what's going on? And then he goes to me, I think he had, like I said, it was like 3 First Edition Scrap Dragons. For like $10, I think it was. Normally they went for 8. I would have paid. I don't even care. It was hilarious. He goes, so you're not going to bang me on this deal, right? I go, oh, I am in time. He goes, what does that even mean? I go, just wait. It's going to be great. You're going to love it. And I'm not sure if he's watching this video right now, which would be hilarious to me. I'm not sure if the Stone is watching this video right now, which would be even more funnier. But the fact that a card like Scrap Dragon seeing any kind of meta player or any kind of price spec in the near future was something to me at the time, and the guy I talked about it, we came to me and said let's do it, was inevitable. We knew this card was going to be valuable. If you go back to my market watches, in my first market watches, I said the market is going to blow up. Go back to my early ones, you can see it. The market is going to increase. Cards are going to be like, they're going to be prices that we've never seen before. We can't predict them. And I say that right now about this current market, by the way. You think Scrap Dragon $44 for Unlimited is expensive? You're out of your mind. 10 years from now, people will wish they had these prices. First years at 80s, 90s, oh yeah, that's a lot of money? No, that's not a lot of money. People will go, I'll take 3, 5, 10. Watch it happen. It's inevitable. And looking back then at the market, a couple of years ago, he goes to me, he goes, promise you won't bang me on this. I go, I can't make you that promise. This card's gonna be worth $1 zillion one day. And he looked at me like, once again, like, okay, gave him the money, bought the cards, I'm happy. The guy also who said, hey, let's go buy some cards out, he came to me, he had a bunch. We were feeling good. Fast forward to today, I own a bunch of Scrap Dragons. I think I'm only gonna keep 2 of the First Edition versions and sell the rest. Basically, what I'm trying to say is whenever you buy into a card, you're taking a risk. And that is basically what an investment is. It is a calculated risk, and you're hoping to get a higher return than what you put in for these cards. Look at my description. I tell you, you don't have to buy a single card. Let me look like an idiot who buys the cards. Because at the time, I will look dumb buying the cards. In time, I do feel like my my investment, my risk will pay off. And Skytraker definitely did. I always love saying, when I went to go buy Max Rated Crystal Beast, the vendors, the store vendor, they were laughing at me. They thought it was insane that Max Rated Crystal Beast, Ultimate Rare First Edition Samurai Pegasus, Rare Value, Ancient Rainbow Ruins, Ghost Rare, the Ghost Rare Rainbow Dragon. They thought I was a dumbass. They go, this guy's a scrub. Laughing at me. Me? I knew it's good money. I just wanted my deck core. Anyway, Paisanos, I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. Please make sure to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Hit the like button. It's your boy V. And you Paisanos. You Paisanos have a great day.